During the month of November, we are celebrating our heroes and often we honor and thank veterans for their service, but we don't really understand the deep divide that they feel in our community after serving. Tonight, senior reporter Eileen Buckley once again showing us how one Western New Yorker conducted his own focus groups to help the community understand a veteran's struggles.
It's a much bigger journey back than some people think.
James jump-started his Buffalo Blues for veterans 5 years ago. The music program has helped raise over $140,000 for 19 Western New York nonprofits that serve veterans and military families. We met up with James at the Cave on Military Road in Buffalo, a music venue where James unfolded reasons why so many Western New York veterans are struggling in life.
Warriors are trained not to be wimps. And some people think that people that are asking for help are showing a lack of strength.
James, with a clinical background as a social worker, decided to conduct one-on-one interviews with more than 90 veterans from different decades and learned why it is so tough for military to return to civilian life, generating his 5-year study.
All the habits that worked for me have kind of collapsed, what we call the crisis of collapsed habits. From day-to-day living to employment to family relationships to finances to health to mental health and all those kinds of things.
You go to basic training and they tear you down and build you up in their image.
Marlene Roll served in Desert Storm. She was in the Army Reserve from 1986 to 1994. The 5-year study found a woman's transition from military to civilian life is often tougher than a man's.
It was very tough to walk away from a unit and come home and then just not have that connectivity.
One finding James discovered was how military training discourages reporting on personal needs.
When you face incredible stressors or trauma, I believe it changes you at your cellular level. It is who you are.
There are more than 100 organizations locally serving veterans and military families, but James says it's not always easy for them to find the right help.
We call it rich but fractured. That Western New York is rich with services, but they're fractured, so we felt compelled to try to bring them together in a single online source.
That is why James and other organizations are in the process of creating a 211vets.org website that brings all the help in one 24/7 central referral location. Another finding James discovered, 92% of military families feel the general public doesn't understand the sacrifices they make. Roll says that is why veterans are so different.
My mom will tell you she's still waiting for me to come home.
The study found the highest need veterans are hardest to reach. And more alarming, 65% of veterans who commit suicide were never linked to VA services. Edwin Ganson is a peer support specialist at the VA in Batavia. He is also a veteran who served for 15 years in a branch of the Navy and struggled deeply himself with post-traumatic stress and now works to help other vets.
And let them know that it's okay. It's a normal human reaction.
Gatson says it's best to meet a veteran where they are and not try to lead them to where society thinks they should be.
What can we all do as a community better to help veterans?
Just listen, acknowledge veterans.
Eileen Buckley, 7 Eyewitness News.
Such important conversations, and you can help us support our veterans all month long. We are selling these limited edition Buffalo Strong t-shirts and hoodies. $7 from every sale here goes to Western New York Heroes. They serve thousands of veterans and their families across Western New York. You can buy yours in the Buffalo Strong section of our website.